I'm going to move off the corruption of this regime for a minute or two and talk about impeachment or Article 25. I'm not in favor of impeaching Trump, and I'll tell you why. Is I think that unless it's started by the Republicans, it will simply one engender an adverse and equal reaction at some time in the future. The same way I think that the impeachment of President Nixon, or what was clearly going to be the impeachment of President Nixon, led to the impeachment of Bill Clinton in the 1992, if that was, or 1994, uh, whenever the impeachment was, because of Monica Lewinsky. People have long memories for this, and I think they'll simply try to get even. Secondly, I see nobody coming in the line of succession behind Trump that I would trust to do anything less scatterbrained than he is. But I think he's such an embarrassment, not just for the country, but for the Republican Party. They broke it, they own it, and I would. I would go after them a completely different way. I would go after them from the bottom up instead of the top down. And what I mean by that is uh, go after Kash Patel for the use of government property for his own personal benefit. Go after Kristi Noem for using government assets to line her own pockets, as I understand it, with a film company to film her promotions. I would go after Kristi Noem for using ICE and Homeland Security in ways that are completely improper and against the law. And if they're against the law, I wouldn't try and have a criminal case against them. I'd try and charge them for the economic consequences of what they've done. And I would, if there have been people who have bribed the president, which it clearly seems to me there have been, I'd go after them. And I'd go after them for bribery. I'd go after the companies for bribery, and I'd have them disgorge the ill-gotten profits that they've gotten as a result of those bribes. So that I would, as I say, I would go from the bottom up instead of the top down. If the Republicans want to start an impeachment proceeding, if I were a Democrat, then I would be glad to support it. But I would not do it from the Democrats, because I think that it will create a martyr and a completely adverse reactions later on. This seems to me, I'd be happy to see a bunch of discussion on this, and I'll get back to the criminal discussions later on.